Alicia here of New World Tarot, and thank you for joining me today for a review and a reading. So today we are doing one of my, or actually the latest deck that I actually have, which is the Borderless Winter Waite by Tarot Collectibles. Okay, and I actually hadn't even heard of this deck until very recently. I was on Instagram and I saw someone else post this, and I was like, there is a Christmas themed tarot deck out there. Like, that is amazing, and that's definitely something that I want. So I immediately, looked it up and bought what I could. What's funny is this actually is the original version that we're going to do go over, but there actually was a 2019 Indiegogo revamp of this deck that was done very recently, and I was too late to that party. So I wasn't able to get a deck in that first run. I did actually reach out to Tarot Collectibles, and I think heard from them, and they said they were going to make more of the 2019 upgrade, because apparently on the 2019 upgrade they made some beautiful changes, and they also added, of course, the titles and the names of the cards and the numbers, which, as we'll see in a second, these actually don't have anything on them. So I do want to get that deck, and I hope to have that for next year. That would be really, really exciting. But I love this one too, and I was really excited to get this. It came really fast, and again, this was made by a group called Tarot Collectibles, which I think is composed of James Abrams Battersby and also Christina Aguiar, I believe is her name. And they make some awesome decks that are pretty cool, and I really want to get my hands on this one. I love it, and it's absolutely amazing. So when I ordered this, you have the choice to get a custom box, and by that, it's actually going to be a box that is decorated and that has, I guess, pictures of the cards, and has Winter Waite on it. I chose without the box. No box is what the selection I chose for no cost, and I'm very excited though that I did receive a box. It's not obviously the box that you would choose as an upgrade and pay a few more dollars for, but I actually thought I would just get it shrink wrapped in plastic, and that would be it. So I'm actually excited that actually did come with a plain box to keep it in. So that's a bonus. I wasn't expecting that. But so here we are. We have obviously it's a standard sized tarot deck here. These are the backs. So we have this beautiful Christmas themed backing of the plaid, and of course, as you can tell, it's reversible, obviously. So they do honor reversals if you do read with reversals. And this is going to be an exact, pretty much straight up clone of the Rider Waite Smith deck, with the exception of, obviously this has a holiday and a winter theme, which is very, very pretty. It actually reminds me as a Christmas version or a winter version of the Halloween tarot, and that it is, it's got a lighter theme to it. It's more lighter, in tone, but it also has some darkness too, and it just complements it. It feels very Christmassy, very winter, very Yule, very winter solstice, and it's just also the colors are absolutely beautiful. Okay, so I received 2 bonus cards with it. We have, just one that just says Happy Holidays, and on the back it gives you some information about this deck, and I guess other decks as well. So no booklet, no guidebook, nothing like that. And then we just have this nice little, looks like Frosty the Snowman, I guess, little card here. It's a bonus card, okay? All right, so let's go through it. So I'm just going to flip through it. So as you can see, all right, case in point, we have card number 1 here, the Fool. So obviously, I just love this so much. It looks beautiful. We have very much similar, identical to the old Fool, to the original full, except we have this beautiful winter theme that's going on in the back. And so as you can see right away, these cards have no titles and they have no numbers. So you have to be familiar, very, very familiar with the Rider Waite Smith in order to use them. And I certainly don't need them titles at all. I haven't needed them for some time. I know have the images memorized by heart. However, it would be nice to have them. When I'm reading for others, it's nice to that people can see the titles on the card, so that they're not, you know, constantly asking, what card is this? You know, it'll say the full at the bottom of the card, so they can see for themselves. And also we'll have a number, so you can kind of see the number, what number this card is, you know, in the majors or the minors. It would be helpful. And even when you're, you know, even though I know the images by heart, and it's just, there's something about just having the name. I'm very much of a word person. I love names. I love words. I love titles. There's just something very nice finishing about having the name and the number on the card. So I am interested in getting the new version of this for several reasons. Number one, for the titles and the numbers, and also just for, you know, I like the upgrades. I like the changes that they made, and it would be fun actually to see a comparison. If I do get the 2019 upgrade, it would be nice to see a side-by-side comparison. Okay, so anyway, let's go through it. This is the Fool, the Magician, the High Priestess, the Empress, the Emperor, the Hierophant. So it's really interesting to see how, you know, they really made some, you know, even though it's very, very Rider Waite Smithish, it's like they've made some awesome differences here. Like I like how Santa Claus is now the Emperor. Saint Nicholas, his Christian version of that, is now the Hierophant. The Lovers, the Chariot. So this is one that deviates a lot from the original. Most of these will stay very close to the Rider Waite Smith one, but obviously this one, I love it. They went in a totally different direction, and we have these elves on a sleigh here. It's nice. Strength. I love it. Substituting the reindeer for the lion. The Hermit. The Wheel of Fortune. I love this. We have the mouse and all the treats and like gingerbread house and the candy. I think this is a fun one. Justice. I like the nice and the naughty list. The Hanged Man. Death. Temperance. This is one of my favorite cards in the deck, and probably one of my favorite renditions of Temperance, actually. I love this with the snow and the frozen water and the red cloak on her. It's just so, it's so beautiful. I really like this. The Devil. One of my favorite devil cards as well, and one of my favorite cards in this deck. Of course, they have Krampus here with the two kids and with switches in one hand and shackles in the other. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And of course, snow all around. The Tower. Another one of my favorite cards in this deck. I'm probably going to say that once again after this card. not once again. I'm going to say this a few times, actually. I mean, there are just a few favorites in this deck. But I really love this Tower card. I love the fire and the ice next to each other. I don't know. It just really, really speaks to me. And the Star. Also another one of my favorite cards in this deck. It's interesting, there are 3 in a row. Yeah, I think 3, right? This one, and then this one. Yeah, so the Star. Absolutely love it. The Moon. I love this one too. I really, really like this Moon card. This is also one of my favorites. Okay, so here we have the Sun. And this is one of my small gripes. I love this deck, and I'm so happy to receive this. And I've been using the absolute hell out of this deck and have gotten some fire. Like, Spirit has been speaking through this deck. I'm really going to talk about that in a second. But one thing I'm not too sure if I really like are the words. So here we have the Sun card, and we have Happy New Year on the banner here. Obviously, this is the New Year's baby, which I think is actually clever. And at the end of the day, I don't mind this one too much. There'll be another one that I'll talk about in a second. But I don't mind it because I kind of do understand the connection that they're getting there, and I see what they're trying to do there. But I would rather it not say that, in my personal opinion. But that's just my personal opinion, and too bad, because I'm not the creator. So, but I still, it's a beautiful card and beautiful deck, and it's just a small not liking. And then we have Judgment. And we have the World. So here we have another Happy Holidays text down here, which, yeah, I really don't need it. I actually wish it actually had a lot more in design with you know, like the Rider Waite usually does with the Wheel of Fortune. I really wish they had kind of kept that theme here. I would have liked it a lot more. But I do like, you know, I like the wreath, and one thing that kind of gets me through the trying to view is holidays it's an emergence of, like, there's so many holidays that kind of happen at the end of the year. Okay? And it's a, you know, it's a transcendent time of year. We have so many different people celebrating so many different things, but at the end of the day, it's all the same. And all of these cultural differences all merge into one. That kind of helps me with more. I'm not sure if that was intended. That kind of helps me with this Happy Holidays at the bottom, because otherwise, I really don't need that there. I don't really like it, to be honest. But again, a small gripe in a beautiful deck that is going to become a favorite of mine this time of year. All right, so that is the majors. So we have, moving on to the minors, we have the Ace of Wands. And the Two of Wands. I like he has a little present there instead of a globe, which that can really kind of work into readings there. Like, what are you giving? What are you receiving? What can those plans, what gift does that desire, those plans and overcoming your fears really give to you? The Three of Wands. Four of Wands. I absolutely love the snow and the buildup of snow everywhere. And I think they even added more potentially in the next one. And I really want to get my hands on the 2019 updated. And we have the Five of Wands. Six. Seven. Eight. I love this. And what's funny is I did, of course, see, because I really wanted so bad, the 2019 version, and the background is purple in that one. And actually, I think I prefer the red background. It just seems to me to really fit the energy of the card. You know, we got the Lord of Swiftness. It's all about action and nowness and the heat of the moment. And I feel like the red really kind of plays that up. And we have the 9. Yeah, he looks so fatigued out there in the snow now with sheep. It adds to that energy of weariness and isolation. And the 10. Page of Wands. The Knight. The Queen. Which, yeah, some of these colors are interesting. Like, it's a beautiful card. It's interesting if there's a purple background, you know, instead of what, you know, I think a red or an orange or gold hue would usually come to mind. You know, but again, a lot of these backgrounds are different in the 2019 version. So I keep talking about it. I hope to get my hands on one. Seriously. King. All right, so now we're on to the cups. We have the Ace of Cups, and I love this. One of my favorite cards in the deck. I really enjoy this rendition of it. And I like even more the 2019 version, just because I think it's like hot chocolate with like marshmallows and like overflowing and like, it looks so delicious. But this is beautiful. I love this. This too. Works for me. And we have the Two of Cups. Got the mistletoe, of course, and the 3, the 4. I like the squirrel running up the tree. And the 5. I really like that. Little reindeer. Just such little cute little, you know, winter and Christmas touches. Like there's so many little animals and like winter animals running around in the background. And the 6. And the 7. I love that. You see the gingerbread and the elf hat and the wreath and candy canes and candy and like, I love it. It's just so winter, so holiday, so fun. The 8. the 9. I love the monk here. And the 10. I love that these are, we got Renaissance carolers here. So totally, again, totally changing the imagery, having fun with this, which I think is awesome. I like when they do that. The page. The knight. The queen. The king. All right, moving on to the swords. We have the Ace of Swords. The 2. I really like this. One of my favorites. I really like that. It just seems to add to the imagery of the snow, the accumulation. Like she's been there for a long time because she just cannot make the choice that is needed. Oh, and the 3. This is also one of my favorites. It just, again, it's just the winterization is something that adds to. And I'm going to say right now, I think of all the minors, my favorite with this winter sort of a theme is the swords. Because I think it just, again, it kind of adds to the energy of the swords deck in particular. And it adds to me more bite and more pain. And being that this is the element of air, you can feel that coldness here to the suit, which really kind of helps. This is another one I absolutely love for. Again, it seems like he just hasn't moved in a while. You know, he's really, really down. And 5. And the 6. And I love this. This is so rich. Again, this winter theme. All right, this looks even more, again, more harsh. This journey. I love the addition of the guiding star, you know, up in the sky. And I love that it's frozen solid on one side, and then it's actually unfrozen and moving on the other side. Like that also, what does that mean to you? Like that could actually add to the richness of the meaning of the card. And 7. The 8. Wow, look at that howling wind. And the 9. Wow, look at that. And the 10. Oh, yeah. Again, like that just adds so much more punch. The winterizing of this card. That sun means even more. It becomes even more important. All right, and we have the page. And the knight. The queen. And the king. All right, and we have finally the pentacles. We have the Ace of Pentacles. and the 2. The 3. So you have another change here. We have 2 costumed individuals. I really like this 3 of Pentacles, actually. It just, I don't know, it looks more pagan to me for some reason. More celebratory, a little bit more wilder, like kind of bringing in the energy of that kind of energy of the 3. That's a little less stable. Or the 4, very stable energy. Maybe too stable. I like his little scarf blowing in the wind. And the 5. Yeah. The 6. The 7. The 8. The 9. Ooh, so glam. Even the snail, it's hard to see on the camera, but the snail is even there still. The 10. And the page. The knight. The queen. And the king. All right, so that is the Borderless Winter Waite by Tarot Collectibles, and I love this deck. And I'm actually going to, in a second, throw up rather than do a reading for you here, because it's so hard to really get the cards shuffled in a way that I would like, but I'm actually going to bring up on the screen for you, a reading that I actually did very recently. Yeah, so I actually, I busted those cards out in the last full moon that we had, and I did a reading, and I consecrated them first and then did a reading. And let me tell you, I don't know if I actually expected these cards to read very gently, and I don't know if it's because I did it I consecrated it during a particular full moon. I also consecrated it using labradorite as well. But for some reason, it actually, it handed me my ass. I don't know. And this picture just gives you an idea of what they look like laid out in a spread. So this is one that I did, again, the last full moon. After I blessed the cards and I activated the cards of the full moon, I just jumped right in and I did a reading. And it read to me so just not screwing around. Like, it was very straightforward, and it basically and what I did first actually was a deck interview before that, and it basically told me, so it was like, yeah, how it read was, how I'm going to read for you is, I'm not really one for chill, and it's kind of the way it kind of read to me. I'm more going to kind of wake you up sort of thing. And I'm like, this is not at all reading how I would expect it to read, if that's true. And I did this reading, and yeah, it was on me. And I was like, wow, way to slap me upside my head. So I love this deck. And I definitely highly recommend it for the winter time and for the holiday time or whenever, you know, you don't need any particular time of year to do anything. But yeah, so that's it. So definitely, you know, I recommend going out and get it. It's a beautiful deck. I love it, and I can't wait to use more of it, and I can't wait to actually get my hands on the new edition, the Indiegogo 2019 edition as well. And I would love to do, you know, because I would love this to have actual titles and numbers on it. But that's, you know, not necessary. I love this deck as it is, and I hope you enjoyed this review. And until we meet again, be safe, be blessed, be happy, and we will see you next time. Thank you very much for watching. Take care.